Well, it's another Thursday. Took last week off. A whole lot of work last week. A little late to the party this week because I thought I didn't anticipate how long Kingdom of the Planet of Apes would have been. But not flying solo. But first, I just want to say thanks again if you're watching this live or on the replay. Either way, just want to say thanks and welcome to All Star Fandom. Do all the social media stuff like everyone and their mama asks you to do on TikTok, Instagram, TikTok as long as we have it. And but I'm not flying solo today because we're talking about the DCU, well, the DC in general. And I've talked to this guy. He's become a friend. We talk DC so much it feels like. Man, I think he just hopped off. He needs to hop back on here. He might be driving. He might be somewhere else. I'm not sure. But just again, thanks for watching. Thanks for that person up there in the corner watching. I appreciate it. But again, welcome to All Star Fandom. What we're going to be talking about today is that new DC. Now, DC has been doing a lot. DC has been, man, they released some new little teasers for their next upcoming stuff for Superman. But really want to just jump into, you know what? Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Let's go ahead and let's queue up. Ladies and gentlemen, the new DC is here. We're saying goodbye to it. We're saying goodbye to Henry Cavill. We're saying goodbye to Ben Affleck, all those people, The Rock. They're all gone. But the thing I will admit the most or say that I'm kind of going to miss it. I think there was a lot of potential there in the former DC. But now we're getting to the new DC. New DC, low-key, allegedly, if you believe what you want to believe, James Gunn has the reins to the DC empire now. And now you saw Blue Beetle, we saw the Flash. Not really sure where those fall. Oh, hold on one second. I think he's somewhere in the place. I think he might be driving again. So everybody look away. Andy, how's it going, man?
Nah, dude, what's up, man? I just got back. I was doing what I was doing, and then I just dropped the family off there, walking around doing whatever they're doing. I said, just get out. Let me go ahead and do this quick.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I did not anticipate. I don't think I looked at the time for Planet of the Apes. I think I did. I think it was 2:25. But I thought, like, hey, we go early enough. We'll be back in time to set this up.
Dude, I was actually trying to get home. That's what I was trying to do. But I was like, 'cause I remember when you sent me the message, I was like, I don't know if that's going to work because we got this going on and all that. Like, damn. So I was like, well, I'm trying to go home. So then when I'm on the way home, we got caught in traffic. And I'm like, well, I ain't going to get home. Yeah. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I was like, well, I said, y'all still want to go, they went, they were going shopping downtown or whatever. She got some family in town. And I'll go do that. And then she goes, where are you going to go? And I'm like, this is my town. I felt like Batman.
You'll figure out, right?
So they was like, hey, how will we, my lady was like, no, her cousin was like, how will we find you? I was like, no, I'll find you. Changed my voice and everything.
I'll find you. Yeah.
But yeah, man. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Dude, doing all right, man. It's just been busy, end of the year sort of stuff with athletics, postseason stuff. But with all the DC stuff, well, I say all the DC stuff. There's been a lot. Every time we're on here, you and I could be talking about anything else, but it always comes back to DC. It always comes back to Batman, Superman, whatever they're doing within those realms. So I'm like, exactly. I'm like, let's dedicate like a few minutes to go over what we can go over before you find your family again and take them back. Take them back.
No, they're good. They'll be all right. They will be A-okay, brother, man. They'll be okay.
So just overall, I was sort of queuing up like this is sort of our new DC. So and I feel like I don't know when that new DC started because I feel like I've heard conflicting things about it, right? Yeah. I thought the Flash was supposed to be that. I thought Blue Beetle was supposed to be underneath that umbrella. But is it really like Superman that's coming out next year?
Man, I think it's whatever sticks. Okay, it's whatever sticks.
So if it works, you're saying like if it works,
If it
we'll keep it.
works, if it works, they're gonna keep it. If it works, they're gonna bring Blue Beetle and say, "Hey, Blue Beetle was always a part of the DCU." If it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it works, look, bro, I'm 50-50. I love James Gunn. I think James Gunn is a really dope filmmaker. I did enjoy Guardians. I did enjoy.
Same.
I enjoyed the Suicide Squad, I guess the reboot, the soft reboot version.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first one a lot. You know how I feel about the original. The original, I love the original because I understood what they were trying to do, and the tone was great. And I was happy to see all those actors because I enjoy every last one of those actors' work.
Definitely.
The whole the tie-ins for with Amanda Waller and talking to Bruce about metas, or you know,
like,
and the one thing, and there's a scene when I don't know if I've ever let you hear, if I ever told you this, but before before the Suicide Squad film came out, I actually was supposed to be on the soundtrack. And I made a song. Yeah, I made a song. Jokes on Me. And the actual sample was in the. If you watch the original trailer, that's my song.
With it, oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, because there were two different tones, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was their chance, or they were trying to like flip it. Then, like that was that movie that was that middle ground where it's like we could go this way with it, or let's put all of our hands into the project and go this way.
Right. Well, what I did enjoy is there was a scene in the film where the Cadmus people are they're speaking to Amanda Waller and they're saying there was the White House scene. You know, God's coming from the sky and ripping off the. That was clearly Zod. He's talking about what happened with Zod, and they're basically making those events, I guess, canon to the events of Suicide Squad, which is great because that was cool. And they lost, bro. Like whoever, it's just like egos and non-knowledgeable folks of what the DC anything or any of these comic book properties, they always seem to drop the ball or ruin an amazing franchise. So how I feel about Zack Snyder, I think Zack Snyder is fucking brilliant. I like his style. I like what he did. I like what he was doing. But I don't know what the issues or any of the logistics of the behind. I don't know. That's not my business.
You got to think like when you saw it happening, that was like on the tail end of Avengers, right? And the MCU actually working. And then you get Man of Steel, and it's a different tone. I enjoyed Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was great. It was great.
I like Superman with a little dirt on him, you know, and make him get to that point where he is the All-American, so not All-American, they took that out of the comic, but the Boy Scout, you know, like that's
I think Man of Steel, to me, Man of Steel was a version of Tom Welling or Smallville with a driver's license. And what I mean by that, he's an official. Not real talk. Like you can buy Man of Steel was Tom Welling is Smallville with you can buy cigarettes now, you can buy liquor, you got a driver's license, you can get your own apartment. He was grown. I felt like Man of Steel was the final episode of Smallville when Clark finally did this. That's how I felt, that because Man of Steel had it. It wasn't campy, but it wasn't like crazy. But it was done very well. Like the movie was awesome.
And I actually enjoyed the tone of it. But with the new DC, we got unveiled this week. Last week, within a few days.
With Goku and Vegeta fighting in the background.
Dude, like was so so when I initially saw the logo, remember the logo came out a few months ago, and I was like, oh dope, okay, that looks pretty dope, man. But then I get this. I kid to you not, Candy. I clicked on it and I swore I thought it. Well, I didn't click on it. I went past it and I could have sworn it was like a cosplay suit. It's to me it's just not a flattering picture. I think if that's going to be your first appearance of Superman in this new look, this new generation of Superman, this new DC of Superman, you could have. I feel like there could have been a better photo. Best example. I work in college athletics. We get new uniforms, right? Say our football team, basketball team gets new uniforms. The way that we release those are because they knew that everybody was going to be looking at this suit too. Like the suit was going to be make or break whatever. It was going to be the talk of the town, right?
Right.
But like in my mind, it's like when I'm releasing a new uniform or something, we're going to show that uniform like in the best light possible. Even if it's not the greatest looking uniform or it's the greatest thing that we've ever seen, there's a process in it. What do you think about that image? And could they have done a little more flattering of a photo to release it?
All right, so to piggyback off of your cosplay comment, so one, we don't know what this project is going to even be like.
Exactly. That's why that's why I was almost like I'll just sit back and wait,
right,
and see what happens. But first appearances and first impressions. Yeah.
I don't want to be too opinionated, and I don't want to seem like I'm talking trash about a franchise and a property that we love because people see this stuff. But you're kind of right. It does look cosplay, but it only looks. You know what I like about it? I'm gonna tell you what I do like about it. You can tell they took from different iterations of Superman. I see it. I see New 50, I see Kingdom Come. I see New 52. I see all this cool stuff, right? But what I do like about the photo is that it makes him look human. And what I mean by looking human,
I've never thought about that.
That's what I like about it. It looks, first of all, it looks like a high quality like cosplay. You know, some of these like these amazing cosplay folks out here that they have like amazing like fabrication work and stitch work and these, you know what I mean, like professional. But it makes him look human in the sense he's putting his boots on like a normal person. If you understand, if that makes sense, he doesn't.
That makes all sense in the world, Kenny. I never thought my first impression was like I just focused on like the suit because we had good suits before. It just the bunching in the collar in the shoulders.
Yeah.
I guess it's off putting because of what we've seen before.
Like, and that's the thing we can't, and that's what I think
I can't unsee it.
And that's what I think I like about what James Gunn is doing. I think to me, he's making it look a little bit. It's obviously fiction, but then at the same time, it's a little realistic, kind of like a year one type of, But this is him being Superman for a while, obviously, right? Or just becoming Superman and kind of getting used to being a hero in the suits, and, all that other stuff, right? But again, it makes him look human because remember, all the Superman and Batman and all of the heroes that we've watched, something goes down. He does that, and then he runs off, and he's wearing a suit.
Yeah,
or Spider-Man. Like that's why we like Tobey Maguire. That's why we like Andrew Garfield because they throw that shit in the backpack. Oh golly, let me throw my boots on and the wall. It's like real life.
Well, that's an image, but that's also an image that we've never fully seen before. I remember like the old Max Fleischer Superman cartoons. Like he'll go in the closet, and you just see like the silhouette of him in the behind the door,
and
to put it up.
Right, and you know that's crazy. Like, what's so crazy. I'm gonna give you a dope ass. This is
or the phone booth. Yeah,
bro. Like, remember Spider-Man Unlimited? I don't know if you ever watched the whole series, right?
You're turning me around on this image, by the way, man. Like, keep going.
I love
my opinions.
I love the Spider-Man Unlimited series, right? I was pissed at it because first of all, it was the concept was stupid in my opinion, and then the one season was even more annoying, and then I got even more pissed. Did this nigga even get home? Like, goddamn! Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you even?
Oh, you there, man? Well, I'll say this while you works on sound. I can't hear you, Candy, but I'll keep. I can't hear you. But I'll say this: just from this discussion alone, it's changing my idea or my opinions of this suit. I didn't think of it that way. I think it was just it jarred me a bit based off of what I've seen before. I think that's where I was. But while I still wait, since I got the floor a little bit, let's see. Okay, so I will let Kahindi take a look at his in and outs, and I'll just have you guys for a second. But yeah, I never thought about the idea of him like sort of putting on his boots, or that's what he's doing. That's what he's preparing to do. Oh, I think we got him back in here. Let's see if we can add him.
Why is the sound not on?
Oh, you're back. And he's down for the count one more time. Oh man, hey, shout out to my guy Willie Dave. What's up, man? Like, I can send you the link and you want to hop on if you want to hop on too, man. But because I know we had a lot of DC conversations too. So the commenter right here, Willie Dave, said we talked so much about it while we were getting our haircuts, and and we talked about all DC, all Marvel, all of that under the sun. He's also been on the show for our Black History episodes with our Black superheroes. So shout out Willie. Thanks for hopping on, man. While we're waiting for Kahindi to pop back up, and Willie, since you're there, if you want to drop a comment, what was your thoughts on the new Superman suit? And if you haven't seen it, I'll pull it back up real quick because we'll love to get some more opinions on like what was your first initial reaction to this suit? Was it a good one? Was it like, oh man, it's I don't know if it's to that level of Henry Cavill yet, but Kahindi's discussion that we were just having was definitely changing my opinion of it. It makes him look human. It makes him look normal. It makes him look like everyone else when he has to put your boots on or go to work. So I will say I have been seeing like the memes of this picture too, of like he's sitting there and like another disaster is happening in the back. Go on Twitter, go on Instagram. Those are hilarious to watch. But still, it's so early. It's a year away. I want to give it a shot. I was super excited when I actually saw the emblem for it. Oh, let's see. So Willie dropped in. I was more taken back by the background than the suit. Definitely looks like a blue collar Superman suit. Yeah. Initially, I was like, I thought, hey, let's put all this stuff in the background to take attention from the suit a little bit. But we do want to know what's going back there. The colors scream Brainiac. Could be wrong. That's quite the first big bad for him in his first movie. But like Candy said, I think this is a Superman that's already pretty established. Possibly, I don't think it's going to be a origin story. Thankfully, which origin stories? Come on, man! Like we're to the point where like I don't think we need those as much anymore. Oh, Kahindi's back. Let's see if we can get him back in here and let him pick up where he left off about this new Superman suit, because he's honestly changing my opinions about it. So,
all right, my apologies. Apparently,
no problem, man.
People don't understand the concept of "don't call me." I'm in the middle of something.
well, my homeboy Willie, he's been on the show too. We were just talking about the suit, talking about the other stuff, and he's hopping up in the comments. So he did say like he was more taken aback by the background than the suit. Definitely looks like a blue collar Superman suit, sort of like you said, makes him look human, right?
Yeah, like him putting on his shoes, like you know, like just like regular folks. He's not like he doesn't like have magic. He doesn't open up his like. Another thing that used to really trip me out when I was a kid. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You're wearing business casual thin
With a
ass
full
clothes.
Dude,
So where the fuck? So where? First of all, where's the cape? Where are
it's a
those
suspension
boots?
of disbelief. Candy, come on, man.
I know, and that's
We're believing a man can fly. So why can we not believe?
I have a theory about Superman. I feel like everybody in the world is in a coma, and they are seeing this man with powers. And when he puts on some non-prescription glasses, he becomes a different person. What's gonna happen if I put a watch on? Do I become like a secret agent?
Yeah, that's that suspension of disbelief, though, man. That's what
I'm just being annoying. I'm being unnecessarily nitpicky. But I mean, but but like him putting on the boots and stuff, I thought that made it look real human. And he looked, like he was one of us. And then the stuff on the outside, I'm pretty sure it's an Easter egg to whatever's going on. It possibly could be two other heroes fighting each other. Because mind you, this film has multiple heroes in it, right?
Okay, so I've done this so far. I've been trying to. It ruined Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. Great movie, by the way. Probably should do a review on that. But I hadn't seen the Deadpool trailer until today. Like that's how long I went.
Is this live?
This is live. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you when you get off live. Woo!
So yeah, so this is all I've seen, and what I'm trying to do is like sort of take a step back to be like, all right, let me build up that excitement for it. Well, this is a year away. You think they drop an Easter egg a year away, a year out like that?
Why not? I mean,
to drum up talk.
X-Men 97 did it.
Oh boy, man,
that's
a whole other show, man.
I know, but I just had to, first of all, that episode, just fire,
dude,
fire,
man,
fire. Anyway,
I ain't gonna hold you, man. I probably would have went with Magneto too. So just saying.
Yeah. You know what? This is how I'm feeling. Okay, back to what you were saying about the DCEU. The problem was that they were in competition with Marvel. And how the Avengers films and all the the Marvel movies were dropping and how they were coming out, and the fans and the masses were like kind of gravitating to them. You got to remember, man, they got the Walt Disney bag. That Walt Disney bag can get you and make you do with things that you could do anything with the Disney bag. So it's kind of like, rather than being in competition with them, just do what y'all do best: make amazing animated films and try to make the best possible versions of a DC live action film that you possibly can make. The DCEU had potential. Man of Steel, when Clark is hovering over the military, that scene of him hovering over the fucking military with Anna Faris, with what's her name? What's Green Lantern's girl's name? Star Sapphire, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She was right there.
Okay, so I have a separate segment for our memorial to the DCEU. I don't think it's coming back, right?
I know. No. I'm just trying to get to the point I was trying to get to.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The point I was trying to get to was the fact that those films made the heroes look perfect in their imperfect, in an imperfect. I can't even think of it. I can't. Now I lost my train of thought.
In an imperfect way, they're guys,
they're not perfect, but they're fucking perfect, right? And it works. Like we just dropped the freaking ball. It's like your whole podcast, pop culture, media career, you decide to give it to your mom and dad to run it for you for 6 months, and all they know is the stuff that they knew. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, that's what they know. You see what I'm saying? That's how I felt the DCEU was. It was like Zack Snyder was doing his thing, and then other folks jumped in and they messed up the whole day. They messed up the operation. So now we get the DCU, where we have a proper Superman, a proper Batman, a proper Green Lantern, a proper league. All I'm saying is Brightburn was an amazing test for what we could possibly get for Superman.
Okay, because I still haven't watched that. Haven't.
You are sleeping, my brother. Take out the evil shit. Take all the evil stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But then watch Brightburn for what it is. Oh my God, they got busy, bro.
So with the new DC, we just call it's a DCU, right? They dropped the E. So we're at this point now where we have Superman, like you said, Blue Beetle. If it worked, it worked. That was great. They'll keep it. Then you go over and then you'll have the Flash. Obviously, we know that didn't work,
Right?
And that was a whole. Got a comment from Willie. He said, "Blame Ezra Miller. That's what I'm sticking with." So he's
don't blame him. No, don't blame him. Blame the cast.
Willie. There's a lot of people to blame, man. There's a lot of people to blame.
Bro, blame the casting director because first of all, Ezra was like a horrible choice to begin with.
For Barry Allen, I would agree.
For anything, for a Flash, Barry, all of that, no.
He didn't give that off at all. But no, it's okay. So this new lineup for DC, right?
Yeah.
So you'll have Superman that comes out, and will those TV shows be connected to the Green Lantern Corps and the Themyscira is like a prequel sort of thing, right?
That's what I'm hearing. Gotta go around. That's what I'm hearing. I told you, bro. It's like it's the struggle is really real when you're trying to do this stuff.
Hey, hey, thanks for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it. But so what's with new DCU? What's your expectations, Candy? Like, what's?
I think it'll test well. I think it will test very well because everybody likes James Gunn, and I think James Gunn is he's a good filmmaker, man. I haven't seen anything I didn't like from James Gunn. Like he's about the vibrant colors, the big action, the big dialogues, the big character, the superstar cast, stuff like that. And I think he's gonna do a good job. I have faith in him a lot, actually.
I definitely want to keep like an open mind for it because I just want him to get it right, man. I just want something that I can like actually enjoy and just have it,
I forgot it's
be
all
good. Guess how I feel right now.
Oh, my fault. I know. All right, bro. This is exactly why. Yo, you don't understand my life.
But I'm optimistic, man. I think now since it sounds like they have an actual plan, because the whole plan for like the Snyderverse or whatever when it started. Okay, is this true, Kenny? I've always heard that it was always supposed to be like 5 movies that Zack Snyder was supposed to do. Was that the original idea before they tried to flip it into the MCU, pretty much?
Yeah, basically they're gonna wing it. They're gonna see whatever works. I'm telling you, if it sticks, they're gonna run with it. If it doesn't, they're gonna wing it, bro.
Dude, how many times can you stop and start though?
A what? Nigga left.
How many times can you stop and start with these characters though, man?
Bro, they get to move. It's Disney can move the goalposts as much as they want because it's Disney, bro. They can just move it. Like it's the whole like the Drake and Kendrick shit. It's like we're gonna move the goalposts because I want him to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good thing about Marvel now is that they're cutting it back. They're going back to like 2 to 3 movies a year and like 2 TV shows or something like that.
Yeah, but that's how it. But that's the problem. That's how it should have been in the beginning of Street.
Yeah,
that's how it should have been because when they got on, they blew their load, bro.
Well, they also had
they killed off because they killed off the meat and potatoes, bro. How do you kill off Tony Stark? How do you get rid of you eliminated Captain America? Like all the heavy hitters, and then you're gonna use the second and the third string people to try to read. No, nobody's gonna go see that. I don't want to see Falcon and fucking Shang-Chi as the front runners for the Avengers. I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, don't see that.
Well, a lot of things changed though, right, Candy? Like a lot of things changed. Chadwick passing away because there was rumor that he was supposed to be like one of the big 3, right?
No, that's fine, and that would have been perfect. But then we got that terrible ass sequel. Like I'm gonna call it spade a spade. Black Panther 2 was awful, bro. Like, stop.
I don't think it was awful.
It wasn't.
I liked it.
Nah, bro,
It
it
was.
wasn't good.
It was.
You killed off all the main people in the movie.
They did.
What?
They did knock off Angela Bassett too. That was
like.
I didn't see that coming either.
That's
to be honest
sin,
with you,
bro.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad. We gotta get back on topic. Make it less fair.
Nah, man, because it just makes me think. Because I enjoyed the sentimental parts of that. But
Yeah.
So we talked about we brought up DC animation earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of things have been coming out for that Crisis and.
Oh God, we're talking about Crisis. Jesus.
Well, let's talk about new DC animation then, because we know what we grew up on. We know how far that went.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit, like, it's been a chore for me to get through, like, the newer animated stuff.
I don't
like,
watch them. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I don't watch them. I just the one that was good to me was when Kara went to the Legion of Superheroes. That was a decent one. But
so what's your opinion? What's going on over there, man? Like, what's the change? You said people left. I remember you talked about that a bit.
Group. It's a completely different crew of people. You know, make left from Broadway. It's a different crew of people. You know what I mean? It's not the make a left at the light. It's not the same like group. It's like a completely different group, and then they're using that lazy cell shade digital
animation
art.
Yeah.
Like, what? I feel like
that's
I'm watching
not something.
Archer, bro. Like am I watching Archer or what? Like
okay. Now, just to compare, X-Men 97 is animated perfectly. I think
it's it's both. It's digital and standard, but at the same time, it's good.
But what I thought when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this could have been Archer if they put more money into Archer," you know. But at least it's good, and the animations are great.
If Archer was on Disney, Archer would be a top tier show.
Well, I mean, they're moving properties over to Disney. They're moving properties over to Disney anyway, so I'm sure it'll pop up there. They're trying to, I guess, consolidate that with Hulu. But
that's right. Archer was FX, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, it was Fox. That's Fox. Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
he's under the umbrella now, right?
Yeah, officially, yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen Crisis at all yet, and it hasn't been high on my list. And we're not by ourselves. Willie chimed in. Took me 2 weeks and 5 naps to watch the new Crisis.
Hey, he's not lying. Hey, episode 2. I'm gonna tell you the good thing about episode 2 is the beginning when all the Bat family do all of the Bat stuff, and that's it. And then because I only wanted to see what Terry McGinnis was gonna do, and Will had like 2 lines, and I'm like,
and there was nothing else.
I said, let me text this man. Hey, bro, you had 2 lines. He was like, yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah,
2 lines, bro. 2 freaking lines. I hope that in the third one, that he gets a lot of, he gets to say stuff, because it was one of those things where I feel like they shoehorned him in there. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. Considering it's a multiverse thing, but the version of the Huntress that we got was the Selena and Bruce offspring, and then the whole Damien, and then the Dick at the adult Dick as the adult Robin Dick. Wait, that sounded so fucked up, but the adult Robin Dick. Dick Grayson, golly. Yeah, I know, it's so bad, right? Yeah, man. So I just was like, it was cool, I guess, but I'm not gonna watch it again. I'm sorry. And how I feel, how we feel about DC, man. So,
but that's a shame, right? Like, a lot of people I've talked with or about this have said the same thing. Like, just the overall animation style, they don't enjoy. We've talked about, like, just from Batman the animated series all the way to, and what was before this? Maybe like the oh crap, what was the one that they hit the reset button? Everybody died.
Oh, the Apocalypse War. That was that was made because when everybody got fired, they were just like, look, this the vibes right here.
Just kill everybody. Yeah.
And I thought I only watched that shit once, and I'll never watch it again because I'm like,
yeah, same.
You can't do that to them. Like the whole idea of the Apocalypse War was like, yo, like that was some bull. Like it wasn't even a bad movie. It was just stupid. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a kryptonite tattoo so you can't do shit. Like
yeah, that was kind of Here's a question. How do you? I've asked the question a few times. How do you feel about like superheroes getting killed off? Like, and I'm not saying like Tony sacrificed himself. I'm talking like how Green Lantern died. Like how.
Yeah, that was dumb. Like
you gotta give all that stuff. How do you feel about superheroes like just being killed off for the sake of shock value?
I think depending on who the hero is, but it's just kind of like. So you trying to tell me you can't? So Batman can't die? I mean, consider that fact that Batman is the GOAT. You can't. You know, I'm never going to disrespect that man like that. But you can chop off the Flash's legs, and you can kill Green Lantern, one of the lanterns, and you can chop off Diana's arm, but Batman won't die. What?
Yeah, he's just hovering.
The point I'm trying to make is just like, okay, I know he's a valuable person, and he's like one of the most intellectually I can't even think of the word right now. He's like this. He's one of the smartest people on the planet, but everybody else can get. And he was like, "Man, I'm trying to live, bro. I'm about to work with Darkseid. Fuck all that. Like that's basically, I'm gonna abandon my kids. Like, get over there and go straight. You know what I'm saying? The lights, man. So it's like watching the unrealistic bullshit in the Apocalypse War. Like Cyborg gets kidnapped. He's powering the planet. Then they're using Barry to run for. So you trying to tell me Barry was running for years? What?
I mean, well, it's hard.
I don't know, dude. I just wasn't. And then at the end of it, hey, bro. At the end of it, they kill Dick, and then you throw him in the Lazarus pit, and then he's all jacked up, and then they bring him back, and at the end. You know, my bad. I didn't mean to chop your legs off, bro. But I know you got a robot tail now. Like, let's be friends.
So if I'm asking another question, how would you fix the DC animation? Because it seems like they're sticking with how it looks now for the foreseeable future.
Well, I would do what everybody else does. It never happened.
Oh God. Well, we say that, and what was it today? I think they finally released photos of the Caped Crusader. Isn't that the name of the Batman cartoon coming out? I think.
And I'm not a fan of how that looks either.
Really, it looks. I haven't seen it in motion. It's just been stills, but it looks. Does it look the same?
It don't know. You mean from the animated series? I think they're trying to touch the tone, but also touch the old, classic.
Yeah,
I want to say noir style, but it's not even black and white. So, I see what they're trying to do, but I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think I would be a fan of it either.
Even with Bruce Timm coming back.
I mean, is Bruce Timm and who else? Steven Spielberg or something like that?
Oh, is Spielberg connected to that?
It's not.
Is it J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams. My bad. I always get those.
Yeah.
Because Spielberg and J.J. Abrams and George Lucas and Spielberg were the same. To me, were the same guy. But then J.J. Abrams came out. He's like he's the big three. They're the big three now because they're kind of similar to each other. Yeah.
So you're not looking forward to this?
No, I'm not.
I honestly thought that you may have been because it looked different. It's sort of set back in the time.
Bro, I gotta see it. I gotta see it first. I just gotta see it because I'm visual, but I also want to be in it. I want to see what's happening because I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw when they first introduced X-Men 97 and the images that I was like, nah. But it was like the early stages of it, and then I'm happy that I was wrong, and I love this show, bro. You know, but
I don't know what I'm gonna do after this last.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just talking to myself. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do after this next episode. So wait for season 2.
Yeah.
Wait a year for season 2.
And it's already done too.
Oh well, they should just keep going then, man. Just make it 20 straight weeks.
They're trying to go all the way 3 and 4. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We talked about it, and we talked about how much DC or how much DC animation, how it was leaps and bounds better than all their like main content, main movies or stuff like that. It was something that they always hang their hat on being good. You know, now it's just, it is what it is. The animation is not great to me, and I don't like throwing out a lot of toxic fandom or whatever. It's just not enjoyable.
Let's keep it real. We're not gonna sit out here. We're not talking shit about the stuff that we love. It's like, if you don't got nothing nice to say, if you don't got nothing positive to say about whatever is out, just don't say nothing at all. But at the same time, you also got to voice your opinion on certain things that these folks are doing if they're not doing what you like right. If you ain't doing it right, then that ain't it, you know? But
yeah. It's disappointing though too, Candy. It's really disappointing, man.
To a point, it is, but at the same time, you know, we love all this stuff, bro. Like all this stuff that we watch, and the things that we don't like, and the things that because we're so used to a certain tone. We're used to people caring and taking their time and making the stuff good. But now we got social media. There's so much fucking noise. There's so many distractions. People always want to leak shit. They want to, the All-Star Fandom Prime podcast. They were filming on the moon, and we have the photos to prove it. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, bro, let me give you an example. Check this shit out. Check this out. They were filming what the fuck, man? It was a movie, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. Top Gun. So Top Gun, I live in San Diego. So they were filming Top Gun, and they called it pleasure something. It was a code. It was like something.
Oh, the code name. Yeah.
So I'm driving through, and it was in my neighborhood. So I'm going through or whatever, and then it was these blogger dudes before podcast was even like a big like a common thing. And these blogger dudes, they're live. They're shooting. Oh my God, Tom Cruise. We're gonna try to look for Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise wasn't even in San Diego at the time. We're gonna do this and do this and do that. And I'm just like, I'm looking at the dude, and he was like, yeah, man, you want to get in on this? And I'm like, why are y'all fucking up the operation, dog?
Yeah.
He's like, y'all, like we do. This is spent, and I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. Like when we get off live, I'm gonna tell you something because I don't want to say it because everybody. I'm the envy on Facebook right now for some reason because I said something and I didn't realize what I was saying, and then my agent was like, "Hey, bro, delete that shit." I was like, "Oh, shit, I didn't even know." I was like, "Oh, snap." You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, snap." Okay, you know, but like, stop ruining it. Like, why can't we go back to the days when we didn't know anything? It's like we have too much access to stuff, and we ruin everything. So it's like we're talking about Superman, we're talking about DC, we're talking about James Gunn, we're talking about the new regime, we're talking about what's going to happen. My thing is, what's going to happen is that we are going to get a product that we may or may not like, and just let it rock, let it happen. Stop all the speculations, the predictions. I think no, you don't, because you're not there. They don't know you. They don't care. They don't want you.
And that's why, like, I see Willie said prepare for Deadpool 3. Willie, I just saw Deadpool. I just saw the Deadpool 3 trailer today, and it's been out since the Super Bowl. And I know it comes out in July next month. Just the piece I saw, I'm like, this is how I want to feel about it. This is how I want to feel about it. And I don't want to know anything more about it, though, Candy. I want to see anything else.
tell you nothing. All I'm gonna say to you and all the people that's watching this shit, today is the 9th. When you go watch Deadpool next month, 2 words: holy and shit. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
And my biggest takeaway from the trailer was that Hugh Jackman in that suit couldn't do. I think I focused on that the most because I was like, I never thought we'd finally get it, and it took Deadpool to pull this off.
And now there are more people complaining about the fucking suit.
What? Okay. Well, I can't say what because I was thrown off by the Superman suit, but this is why I like to talk about this because your opinion made more sense, and it took my reactionary, like my initial reaction to be like, damn, that's probably what they were going for. I'm too focused on like it doesn't look like Henry Cavill, or hey, I wanted Henry Cavill in this, or that's personal problems with me. But this is
we had to adjust. We had to adjust to Henry Cavill because I don't know why folks are lying. When Henry Cavill first donned the suit, we didn't like that shit. We didn't because we wanted Tom Welling to be Superman or nobody, or we wanted Brandon Routh to come back because Brandon Routh was perfect when Bryan Singer cast him as Superman in Superman Returns. He just looked like one of Christopher Reeve's kids. Him and Tom Welling looked like they could be brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Christopher Reeve was
right. So we are so used to a specific standard on how these people look, and we had to get used to Henry Cavill because keep it real, Henry Cavill does not look like Superman, bro. He does not look like.
When you say that, what do you think? Yeah, what's the if I open up a branding guide for Superman, right? What's in there? Strong jawline, right?
Strong jawline, the square jawline. That's why Ben Affleck
checked that box, right?
Perfect. No, he checked the box. But I'm listen. Let me tell you, I'm talking about. Okay, if you go back and watch 1984 Superman, the not Justice League of Super Friends. I'm talking about the CBS cartoon that was done by the Japanese. It was a cartoon on Saturday morning.
I think I remember seeing that.
Bro, that was Christopher Reeves. And then right after that, the comic books, all the way from the 80s, all the way to like 1997 was Christopher Reeves, bro. That was the image of Christopher. It was his face, the dimple, the face, the drawing, the nose. I mean, I went to art school. I went to art institute, bro. I went to the base animation, and I'm looking at like the way they drew this man, and it was like it's Chris. Like it's kind of sucks. This is what sucks. The Power Rangers, right? The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah. The Tommy, Zach, Jason, Trini, Kimberly, whatever, right? That's what they look like as the original Power Rangers, and their images. Faces are going to always be associated with that in any comic lore because they were the first, and that's exactly what that's the problem. When the character and your image it overshadows who you are as a person, that's a fucking problem. And this is exactly why Jaleel White, Urkel, is always gonna his career as Steve Urkel is gonna dwarf him forever because that's who he was. So when you do a character so well, like Superman. And Superman is killing it. And then we have every single actor that's going to be a version of Christopher Reeves and or the comic book image of Superman. That's going to be a problem, bro. And this new guy, I forget his name. He looks like a regular dude. He looks like a regular dude.
He really does.
He does not look like Superman. And that's okay. You know why? Because he looks human.
I will admit that picture, David Cornsweet. I will admit, in other stuff I've seen him in, like he could. I don't know. That picture is him bulked up though now too. So that because he was a little thinner, still in shape, but that was him bulked up. But it's like you said, that was all Christopher Reeves. You say a thing about Adam West too, man. Like that was the same Batman all the way up until. The way he act, all that stuff was still it. They knew what they knew, man. That's all they knew.
Yeah, exactly, and that's okay. Like that's a-okay, bro. That's fine. That is fine. But we don't have a specific image of what these characters look like. We don't know what Spider-Man really looks like. Is he the animated series Spider-Man? Is he Tobey Maguire? Is he Andrew Garfield? Is he Tom Welling? I mean Tom Welling. What's the boy's name? The current Spider-Man. I can't even think right now.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Tom Holland. Is he Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
Like we don't know what he looks like. We just have an idea of a young guy. He's either a cool dude or a nerd, or he's a cool nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like
a cool nerd. Either way.
It's a cool nerd. Like he's a like that's why I had such an issue with the Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man, because like the bully was like some rich, like privileged kid that was not a bully. Like it was all these different little
questionable things.
Yeah, I just didn't like a lot. There's certain things I just wasn't a fan of. But anyways, the new Superman, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great. The casting is awesome. The thing I love about James Gunn gives all of his people opportunity. He kind of reminds me of Adam Sandler. All the folks that he's worked with in the past, he gives them opportunities on big projects like this, and I commend him and I respect him for that.
That's why I can't fault when I see this, because there is time and effort put into this, right? Nobody sets out to make a bad movie, right? But it's the casting for he's got like Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. You see him bald, he could be Lex Luthor, you know. The fabulous Mrs. Maisel, she's Lois Lane. Say Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner. The best casting for me, and I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know if I asked you about this. Wendell Pierce as Perry White.
Yeah, that's fine.
Love that casting, man. That made me more excited for the movie than that.
And I love that they're keeping the image of what Perry White looks like. I like that. That was hats off to him for that. That was dope. I like that.
I'm gonna jump one other comment, and will it sort of make sense with this one? We go back to like the animation. So they say they didn't have much competition. This is DC, so they could do this new stuff, but with Marvel animation gaining traction, they'll have to sort of return to the drawing board. Do you think that's a thing?
Well, whoever. Yeah, I mean, who's that? Willie left that comment.
Yeah, seeing how X-Men has done in that animation style, and how we freak out about that every week. What do you think?
But remember, it's only one show though. So X-Men 97 is one show, one crew, one group. I don't think that same group is going to work on Spider-Man or any of the other Avengers. I think if they were smart, they would go ahead and just like how they did. You didn't watch episode 9 yet, so I'm not going to spoil nothing for you. But if they were smart, they would go back to the entire Marvel superheroes lineup of all those cartoons that weren't and were associated with each other and say, fuck it, let's go back and go get the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man. We got X-Men now. Let's go get Ghost Rider. Let's go get Silver Surfer. All those Marvel cartoons that was popping, pull them bitches back into the damn Disney, the Marvel animation, and watch it work, bro. Because the way 97 and Morph is officially one of my new favorite characters in that show. He did a Harley Quinn on everybody, bro. That motherfucker is out here cooking, boy.
Yeah,
like Morph. Everybody focus on Wolverine and Cyclops and shit. Nah, nigga, Morph is cooking, bro. That boy cooking, dude. He's super cooking.
Even just a little side note, Wolverine is taking a few back seats in this first season, man.
No.
Which
he has to, because he got let bro. He has to let everybody shine now. Because remember, in the in the old days, what the Fox Kids song? What is the Tom and Jerry X-Men 2? Is that the Super Day? Like how they did all the really, like, bro, that Fox Kids song was popping, bro. Man. And it was like There's always something happening. But he goes, Batman's gonna show you he's the greatest superhero.
God, I don't remember this at all.
Like they was going in. It was like Tom and Jerry X-Men too, and it was always Wolverine. Spider-Man and Beetlejuice. Like, yeah. Like
he was the face, man. Like he was the popular character, right?
Bro, because he was really lit, bro. And the thing that everybody liked about Wolverine is, I'm gonna give you two reasons. So during the time in the 90s, when everybody was super pro-black and it was Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and cross colors, and he was always representing the X. So then it was always like that whole like being invincible, invulnerable, like immortal, like that's what that. And then he was always strong and he was relatable and he was an outcast and he was different. That's what made Wolverine resonate with the black community. You know what I'm saying? So and then also shout out to oh my gosh, what is wrong with me right now? My brain is like tripping. The damn artist for oh my god, he's gonna kill me when he see this.
Who are you talking
about? Jim Lee. Oh my, Jim is bruh.
Oh god, man, I know who you were talking about.
X. Shout out to Jim Lee, because I watched the interview he did with Stan Lee back in the 90s, right? And he was wearing the X hat, the Malcolm X hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I told folks the reason why Jim Lee was wearing that hat is because he was not only supporting the movement, but he was also supporting his buddy, his friend, God bless the dead, Dwayne McDuffie, who passed away. Responsible for Static Shock, Shockbox, the whole like his Batman stuff and the Young Justice, his writing and everything, and Milestone Comics and everything. And remember the original Static, the comic was called Shockbox. He had the X hat and all of that, and that's why and that's one of the reasons why they made, when he did X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, he made Wolverine always that dude. He made him like that, even in Wildcats. You know what I'm saying? Like in Wildcats, like the Grifter was a version of Gambit and Wolverine at the same damn time, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, just saying. I know stuff, man.
But that's the way that we talk about like Marvel animation now with what they're doing and what we think that they're going to do in the future and what we sort of want them to do. I don't feel that same for DC like it used to be.
No,
I used to anticipate DC every single year. Like, what's new? What's the new animated features coming out? I don't think they do much like TV animation anymore, though, as much as before. Yeah. Am I missing something? I don't think there's anything like they specifically have out now that's along those lines.
So I just think I think we should just give it time for right now, because what they have right now is What If and X-Men right now. Just give it time.
Exactly, but I think our expectations now are getting a little high. But I hope those aren't too far out of the way. It's a long fall from that anticipation mountain, man.
So that's a fact. But we also got to remember we also have to understand that the logistics behind all of that. Even though it says Marvel and it says Disney and it says whatever, those are not the same teams that are working on those projects. These are different people. Mm-hmm. They may have the same producers, they may have the same casting directors, all of that, because they have to oversee certain projects, but the actual employees and the people, the architects for these projects are all different teams of people who work on different types of shows. So we can't compare them like that, because the one thing about DC animation, it was the same freaking team every time. Everything what I loved about the DC animation, everything was a bridge into another show.
Yes, it was.
Situation from another show that went into another show, when Dick was fighting when Dick was fighting what's his name Slade. and he's talking to Corey. That led to the movie. When they were fighting with, he was on a motorcycle. He was talking to Corey on the phone because he was on the bike and he was talking to Corey on the phone, and he was trying to like stop Damien from killing a Bobo or something like that. That was he was just leaving the tower to deal. This was in what movie was this? This was Bad Blood. He left the tower.
That was one. Okay, yeah.
And it was like it was a bridge into another show or another film, and I like how they did that. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
And what I didn't like about Apocalypse War is how when they started killing everybody off, I didn't even get to see Batgirl do anything. Yeah. Did we see Bat because she only appeared as a post credit at the end of Bad Blood. She didn't do nothing, man. And then all of a sudden she's fighting in this Apocalypse War and they kill her. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's just a lot of different. They dropped the ball, and obviously there's a reason for why the ball was dropped. And then they picked up the ball and they're producing the stuff that we're not feeling that right now.
Really rocking with, yeah.
I mean, I can honestly, I can tell you that I'm not a fan of it. It's not good, man. You know. So.
Well, let's go to. I'm gonna put this together for the last segment. So obviously, our sort of memorial to the DCEU, right? Sort of best moments, things of that nature, and I'm gonna put it with like our what you do sort of thing. It goes hand in hand a bit. So, your thoughts, KD, when you look back on the DCEU, what a time, right? Ups, downs, starts, stops.
What a time.
What's your lasting thought about the DCEU?
My lasting thought was why. Why did it put a Band-Aid on that shit? Yeah, why stop it? It was fixable. What they should have done, they should have just brought James Gunn over to help to assist Zach.
Okay,
if they would have teamed up, yes, sir. You know what I mean?
So this flows right into our what would you do for the week? Like we've all thought about how we'd run DC and WB, right? You have the pen. What would your DC cinematic universe look like?
What would it look like?
Where do you start? Okay, let's do this. Let's switch this question. How would you fix I keep saying Snyderverse, but how would you fix that DCEU? You had the pen. What would you have done to fix it?
Oh yeah, how would I? Oh, that's easy. I would just do what everybody. I'll pull a multiverse move, right? But without using the multiverse, I would kind of rewrite history a little bit and just recast the familiar faces that were in the DCEU, and then bring them to the DCU and call it that's the DCU, and that's how we would go. Because if you would take the things that you take the big three, they take the Trinity, and it was already working.
It worked.
Bring them over to the DCU, and then take James Gunn's image or direction on what he feels what the DCU is supposed to look like, and make it the brand new DCU. And that's it. Take the E out and just DC Universe. That's it. We got Cavill back. We got Ben Affleck. We got Gal Gadot. All right. Then we go and we move on. We pick a new Green Lantern. We take Nathan Fillion. We take whoever's gonna be the Flash, whoever's gonna be Mr. Terrific, whatever, and we make a whole thing and just make it work. Well, because they literally go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I feel like James Gunn has he's picking and choosing a bit of what to keep and what not to keep, so it's kind of confusing at the moment if you just think about it. I'm sure there's a fix to it or something that will make it make sense, but right now it's it's supposed to be new, but it doesn't feel completely new
It just
because
feels like
you're still keeping some characters.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. It just feels like that. Like I told you, like it's like you decided to stop doing All-Star Fandom Prime to focus on all your sports stuff, and then your mom and dad come in, and then they have their old. I'm just saying, I'm basing it off of their generation because their
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera and Scooby-Doo, and meanwhile at the Hall of Justice, like that's their generation, and they would that's what they know, and then they'll come in, and so this is the way it's supposed to be, and then it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So
I thought they had a good template. I wish they would have leaned into what made them different. Like that would have been
template is an understatement. Because if you looked at what they not real talk, if you looked at what they did with Shazam, how they ruined it, how they did with Black Adam, with all the potential in the world with the Justice Society, and then him going down under the underwater with Cadmus and doing all that stuff, and then fighting with Clark at the end. Like that was the potential. That right there would have brought everything back full circle, bro.
Honestly, Candy, I thought they were there. Like when
Me
I
too.
saw Superman, I saw him show up. I was like, okay, we're at a place now where we can fix this, and they can lean into why DC is so different than Marvel, and that's what I watched Black Adam. I was like, this is what they need to lean into more. Like they're gods compared to the Marvel characters, right? Even Batman, he's a man, whatever, god like intellect. How about that? But there's these god-like figures, and I want to see Superman punch. I want to see Black Adam. I want to see them show off those strengths and those things that we've read in comic books and seen in cartoons, right?
Yeah.
I thought if they leaned into it, because that's how it came out of Black Adam. I was like, just lean into that look, that feel, that action, and you got something different than Marvel, because there's no catching them at this point.
Yeah.
So
at all.
So now you're still playing second fiddle. You should have just leaned into it. You had Ben Affleck, who you brought back for the Flash. Obviously, we went to see that because we wanted to see him in there too, and Michael Keaton. Nobody wanted to see the Flash. Apparently,
no,
nobody cared about him.
No.
So that could have been your recasting. That could have been your. I mean, poor Cyborg never really got a shot, but.
And I
thought it was all there. It was there. It was there to be fixed.
And I like what they did in Black Adam. Like they utilize. I like how Dwayne Johnson, he utilized the powers. He hovered. He did a lot of flying. Like the hovering was it for me. Like when you could hover and move, I love that hovering shit.
Because he was hovering down the staircase, right? Like
for no reason. That was hard. That was hard. Like you're using your powers all the time. That's what I'm talking about. Like we're gonna use up this motherfucking budget. Like that's what we're gonna use this budget up.
Yeah, I think. Okay, obviously a lot of things happen behind the scenes and stuff, which I wish hadn't.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like when you look across the board, take Ezra Miller off. You look across the board, casting was perfect for me, at least. At least for our big superheroes, right? I felt like casting, they couldn't have done any better. It just missed potential, Candy. Like a missed moment in history where you're like, I have this in my hands right now. Ben Affleck gave us the best Batman fight scene of all time,
bro. The on the bridge, and it's like we lost him, and we got the best 30 seconds of him doing something sick. He was Batmaning finally, and then we lost him. You know what I'm saying? In a film
and he's gone.
In a movie that nobody wanted to watch.
Exactly right. You wasted him there instead of giving him his own movie.
Crazy. So
I don't know, Kid. I will say this, and we can close out here, man. I appreciate you taking the time to hop on too. But being a fan of DC, I'm gonna always root for him. Like I'm always rooting for it. Yeah. I want it to be. I really want Superman to be good, but the thing is, like, I want to build that anticipation for it too. And we didn't. We glossed over it. Just the fight in the background or whatever's happening in the background. You did say there was a lot of superheroes, possibly. Well, a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that too, because you can build out your universe with this Superman movie, possibly. But
I mean, why do we have to continue to retell some shit we already know?
Say it again.
I said, why do we have to continue to? Why do we have to always in every Superman rendition we have to retell his story? We know what him. We know he's from another planet.
Where are you on origin stories then?
Yeah,
Candy?
we know this. We know his story.
No, I'm like
jump into
asking,
the meat
like,
and potatoes.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, are we done with? Are we finished with origin stories?
I believe because if we have to be done with origin stories, because you can't have that many heroes without origin stories. Because remember, Superman was technically the first hero to appear amongst the people, and then everybody started popping out. Even Amanda Waller said it. Amanda Waller even said it. You know, so I'm just saying, bro. Yeah. Well,
shoot, Candy. Well, man, I wanted to say thanks for jumping on. I'm a little tired after this one a little bit too. Kingdom Planet Apes was a long one, but it was a good one. I will admit that. It was a long one, but a good one. But Candy, go ahead, man, because I'll put it in the description and stuff to you, where people find you, all that good stuff.
ATO Worldwide, everything. And also peep the podcast, This That Type of Talk. You know what? Don't even follow me. Just follow the podcast. The podcast page is This That Type of Talk. Myself and Corey Goodwin, you know, we bring you an amazing dose of your favorite actors and singers and whatever you got, whatever you like, pop culture, news, fashion, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Well, man, again, I appreciate it, man. I'll stay on because I want to know what insider information you got for me too.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna call you because I gotta drive home. I'll just call you if we can't talk tonight. I'll just send you a voice note, or I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow, man, because I'm gonna be driving home tomorrow too. But man, appreciate it again, Kenny. We'll talk more DC. I'm pretty sure of it, man. But again, this another episode of All Star Fandom Prime, late night Prime, really. Until next time, peace.
Late.